and debug this issue for you. But so we're live. It is local support, voluntary action Harrow Community Network client meeting, and we've got David and Michael and Alex and Rachel and Sam. And Alex and Rachel are having audio problems, so we've got them on the cell phone here, and I'll be trying to work out how to get them into the. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll try again in a minute with them on muting. But anyway, in the first instance, let me share my screen and get to the, where is it? Let's get to the agenda, which is here. I'll put the edit on there. Can you guys see the agenda okay? Yeah, so it's filled with lots of bits of. Yeah, can you see this? Okay, I mean, well, there's like outstanding action items and there's the agenda. Did you go on? Yeah, okay. And then so, yeah, I mean, we could just sort of go in there and start reviewing stuff. Is there anything like particularly critical that you guys want to add to the agenda before we just sort of plow through all the things that have accumulated over the break? No. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've tried to put. Yeah. That's what I'll do actually. I'll put the microphone here. I guess Michael and David, you probably can't hear Rachel and I.
No.
No. I mean, I'll wrap this microphone here. I don't know if we'll get feedback. Anyway, I'll try and repeat the things that they say. Okay. So we'll go in, and we've got like a big chunk of outstanding action items. We've got this, breaking out more components of the volunteer ops and smoothing the flow system, which we've had for a long time. I guess, Rachel, you haven't invited any more users into the system since the beginning of the summer? Yeah. Sure. Right. Good show. Then, so I was thinking about this CHA1 form, but I was holding off. Now, did you get feedback from the HMRC about your workers' cooperative status? I see. Okay, so no response. No response. Yeah, they've definitely received it, but they haven't given a judgment on that. Okay. Okay. Right. We've got outstanding things of looking at ways of emailing a subset of users, which may require Mailchimp integration, redoing the constitution. I've moved various bits and pieces in there. Text from you, outstanding action item for me to get that invite text into the emails and get that up. I'm a little worried about sending that out before we've got the ability of the. We've got very sparse ability for the different admins and so on to be able to edit the volunteer opportunities at the moment. So yeah. Anyway, hopefully we can get that sorted out. I've got. I think that actually this one, the access parameters, that's now. Right, no, that's yeah. We've got delete for organizations is out, but we want to be able to enable you to delete pages. And another thing that you'd asked for is us to cost up making the website accessible. We had talked about this before the break, but hadn't actually done it. And I guess, is this something that's still useful for you to have this costing, or is that now past? You're saying it's not worth doing at the moment? No. Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So we can go into the agenda. We've got a couple of features to show you, and there was various things about the volunteer epic. Let's go on. I guess I don't know. So yeah, I've just been through the pivotal with Michael. I guess maybe before we do that, maybe we'll just get to the, show you what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I'm now, in London daily. I have injured my knee, and so I was actually at home on Tuesday and Thursday this week, but unable to leave my house, or not be able to move very quickly. So yeah, I think does this time at Fridays seem like a reasonable time going forward? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Is it? Go on. Mornings would be better. Hmm. Sure. Right. Okay. I mean, I think we can do mornings, but I guess is Friday a good day, or is Thursday better? Sure. Sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll work something. Maybe I can come in person one day next week and then and get the make sure that we've got the Hangouts issue sorted before having other meetings. A couple of things that we've got. We've got one feature is this showing categories. So Michael was just working on this. That's not that one, but so for example here we've got that actually on the develop and also on the staging server. I don't know how well you can see that, but so Michael just added a field so that, like here, we have all of the categories added for an organization. Does that look okay to you guys? Yeah, so that's kind of been in the works. One question from Michael is, I mean, at the moment we're displaying all of the categories, and of course some of these categories are not actually visible on the homepage, if you know what I mean, or they're not. We've got this limited set of categories here, but this is showing uh, the full set, as it were. That's probably all right for the time being, is it? No. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we can edit for them by hand, and we do have a story, in the pivotal for giving them the ability to edit it, and then also search by these other types of categories. But yeah, so we can look at the relative priority of that to other stories. Yeah. But so yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Alex, just for the others, Alex said so Reg was expressing the concern about people not being able to edit their own categories if things have changed, and Alex saying how the positive spin on it is that actually if that's the case, they're unlikely, I guess, have to walk away and disgust from the entire thing. They're going to be they're engaging with the site. But I think yeah, giving the ability to edit the categories is relatively straightforward, and we could prioritize that for the various things that need to get done. But yeah, so that's that. Other things being equal, we would move to get that out onto the live system, and that would be out live next week if that's all right. Yeah, cool. No, I think well, it's up to individual organizations whether they provide it or not. They're not required to. Yeah, but these guys, I think, have. I mean, this is a clone of the live data at the moment. Uh, and so, yeah, so Marion and Michael have been working on this admin pending status. So when people request and they click the button, "This is my organization," they would see, as well as the initial sort of flash message that's there briefly, um, there could be like a permanent message letting them know that this is their admin status is pending, and they wouldn't see the button. But there was a question mark about what should be the style, and so we've got four different styles there for how that might work. Any preference on the color scheme there? Yeah, yeah, Yeah. So yeah, Michael, both Alex and Rachel were saying they like the bottom one.
Okay.
And so yeah, Michael says fine, we can get that in. That's I think that we have all the pieces. And so this, yeah, indeed, this now replace for this organization that now replaces uh, the this is my organization. But yeah, so that's yeah, that's good. Okay. Uh, so that I think that's make this consistent interface. So then we've got so there's the whole volunteer thing. So Alex, you sent us some new icons, which I've embedded here. Um, and so yeah, so that's all things for the yeah. We've currently got our this is the default sort of heart icon for the volunteer thing. Uh, so did you have particular thoughts about each of these different icons and what they might be used for? And okay, right. Okay, yes. Go on. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, right. They don't all have to be used immediately. So these first five are all option. They're all volunteer icon options. Yeah, cool. Yes, we did. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. No, we've got a story for that. But yeah, so we can experiment with some mock-ups and go on. Leave. I'm not sure. Let's leave. We can always do conversions and I mean I think if we have the PS, presume are they done in Photoshop or something? Yeah. I mean if you can get the original, you know, PSD or whatever, that's the most flexible for us. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever's available. Yeah. Thank you. Um, but yeah, so we'll have a look at that. Then we've got Alex PSD. Um, on the volunteer side, the big thing was so just before I went away, and I was very busy. I got an email from Vina, who it works with Steve, doesn't she? Um, and so for a while I've been waiting. Uh, Steve had said he's going to send me some things, and then I got this first. I'd sent Vina a number of emails, I think, and then she sent me this email saying that she'd like to have a quick chat, and so I phoned her, and I have to say we had a chat. I don't think that it went particularly well. She was kind of very keen to get a certain sort of information out of me about what it was that we wanted, and I was kind of like, well, whatever's easiest for you, kind of, tell me more about what you have and so on. And then she wanted kind of like, oh right, I'll do this and then I'll phone you back and this and that. And I was kind of like in the middle of getting ready to leave and get on a plane, and I was like, sorry, I can't do that now. So I kind of left it with her, and I didn't hear very much. I think I followed up and I CC'd you, Rachel, and I think that you had a meeting with her. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes, I have. So you can maybe see here on the screen share. So then in mid-August, she's emailed me about 10 or 15 different things that, yeah, basically I got while I was on holiday. There was a series of PDFs. So that's, yeah, I mean, I could now pass through these and add them to the main system. I guess. I mean, go on. Yeah, it's right. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Well, I think if you don't have them, what I will certainly do is I'll forward them to you, so that you've got a copy of them. And yes, we'll see how we go. I mean, what was suggest what was it? It also seemed that they had some sort of access database into which they are putting different things that get submitted to them. And she was gone. Yeah. Yeah. When I spoke to her on the phone, she mentioned explicitly an access database, or at least I had said, "Oh, you have one like this." So she was talking about, oh yes, it would be very complicated for me to generate a report from the database and this, that, and the other. Um, I mean, the Steve had suggested that there were like maybe 70 or stuff that they had. Who knows? Anyway, but I guess from where we are with Steve and Bina, then at least this set of things could be added, whichever ones that are in Harrow could be added to our system, and that's, there's nothing stopping us from just adding them there. We assume now that, for at least as far as Steve and Vina are concerned, they're happy for us to have that information in the system. Yeah, that sort of implies that they're at least at peace with that. Um, I mean, I guess that, I mean, this one here that she's this one is like, it says organization registration request, but it hasn't got any attachment. Volunteer form. So Harrow Library Service volunteer form. But so I guess in some case, then there's a question mark about whether these individual organizations, they may or may not have any. They may not have existed. They may not be in our system already. So part of the process of advertising their volunteer information would be first adding them as organizations to the system, and then adding their volunteer information. No, no, sure. Oh, of course, of course. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But anyway, well, what I'll do is I'll forward them as attachments to both of you, and you can maybe take a pass through them and look for booby traps and things, and I'll I'll hold fire um, until you've. I mean, we'll see if hopefully that with that forwarding you'll get the attachments. We'll see. Okay. D d um, as regards the volunteer epic and so on, is there? Uh, I mean, I guess is that us sort of done with Steve and Vina now? Will we be trying to establish a flow of additional information moving forward, or have you did you meet with Steve at all over the summer? And no, yeah, yeah. So you two, so you're saying Rachel and Alex should meet with Steve soon to talk about what's going on. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll leave it, and I mean we'll carry on doing the things to kind of like get the volunteer thing, the other features in, get ready for doing the email. First off, I won't add any additional volunteer opportunities, and I won't try and extract any more data from Vina. And yeah, I'll leave it with you, and you just let me know if there's specific things that you want me to add, and go from there. Yes, advertise volunteer opportunity. Yeah, yeah. You can, yeah, yeah. If you've got something that just needs adding to the system, do it. Very soon we'll have it set up so that you can add it yourself. But yeah, if you've got anything in the meantime that any volunteer opportunities that you want adding to the system, send it to me and I'll get it sorted out for you. Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, we can even we can create their organization on there and then we can send them invitations. Yeah, yeah, sure. Cool. Um, okay, and we mentioned the HMRC, and yes, uh, yeah, good show. Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of thinking maybe we need to be Agile Ventures needs to be a workers cooperative or something, or yes, I don't know. Anyway, well, mm, cool. So, Ben, I think that's covered most of the issues. Just taking a look through the tracker. So, oh, we do have. I think you saw already. Marion's done some style edits to make the edit page look more like the just make it. We had that outstanding issue that people didn't notice the public-private things. So I think if you remember, we've got these. Marion did these sort of toggles. Do you remember seeing those before the summer? Um, yeah, let me just bring up. I know we've got. If I find the right place, I will immediately find. Yeah, so this is what she's working on, and she's got it staged up there. That might take a little while to load. While that's loading. Anyway, so I've given her some feedback. There's a few things we need to tie up there, but that should be ready soon. So that's in progress. We've got this is the key one. This is David's one. Um, David, you were working on this ability for I forget with that French lady about the editing the volunteer ops. I know you didn't have so much time, but where did that get to, David?
Um, I think it's about 40 or 50% done.
Right. And so David was just sending me that 40-50% done. Yeah, we've got the latest code there. Is that something that you're interested in continuing working on, David?
Yeah, I think I'll be available next week to work on it.
Okay, good show. Yeah, that I sort of see that one as that's maybe our highest priority at the moment. I'm going to move it up to the top of there. Woo. Yay! Then we've got enable admin to delete charities. So you've got the ability to delete charities. I just haven't pushed this through because I want to make sure that you can undo it in the interface. We can undo them for you, but yeah, I'm going to split that out. So we've got notify the admin by email when someone requests charity admin status. That's something I started working with some Maker students, not finished. The need to display categories in individual organization pages. So that's the one we just showed you. I'll go ahead and deliver that, and you'll see that on the live site next week. There are, oh yeah, so there's a few bits and fixes for the admin or users page. This is this story here that we've got that you mentioned, Rachel, which is about the map, new map markers and making the ones that haven't been active, make them smaller. So that's currently our highest priority on the backlog. Then we've got this one here, which is exposing other categories to the search interface. That's those three things, and then allow organizations to edit their categories. Again, also discussed in the current meeting. So that's our kind of top three there of next stories to start on. And then when logged into a customer, I think, yeah, this TMO streamlining, that's related to what we saw in terms of the, you just selected one of those 4 things, is when people request their own organization, just to make sure that's a very smooth process. Then we've got giving organizations a homepage link so they can easily get back to their own site, notify you as an admin when the new users sign up. And we've got, actually already Paul has done a removing all of the Zs throughout the entire system, code, back end, front end, everything. Just there's no Zs, and it's still going to be that, so I'm hoping to move that in. But yeah, that's the state of play. And this is, oh yes, here, if I log into Marion's thing here, we can just remind you, oh, maybe I can't log in as me. I probably have to log in, yes, as the general admin user. If I can remember the general admin users login, and then we can get to an edit thing. And so that's not much information in it. Here we go. Oh, well, anyway. Here we go. Yeah, so can you see the toggles here? So it's trying to make the... I can. Like that. Yeah, it says public and private. I have a little bit of a question mark over, how well will this work. This is like a custom button, and a question mark of how well this will work on older browsers. But yeah, we'll anyway. We're going to make sure we test that before we push it out. But yeah, so the idea is to make it more obvious. In particular, the layout is the ordering of the data here, like title, description, and so on, and then contact details is reflected here, title, description. So if, as you move backwards and forwards, the idea is you should be able to, it should be clearer that, not everything, not all of the information here is being displayed. Good show. Cool. So any thoughts on, oh, go on, Alex, what were you going to say? In that in what sense you'd like to see it on a server and just to use it? Yeah, in fact, well, you could go to Marion's server here. I can give you the admin details, and you could log in and play with it there if you would like. So the login, you need to so you can see the links. You see the group chat on the side of the... Yeah, and so that we've got the login is, there's a standard login which is not on the live site but on our development site. So there's admin@harrowcn.org.uk, and then the password is ASDF1234. So you can access that. But yeah, I mean, the key thing, I think the key remaining issue is just, you can see the, yeah, I guess you're playing with that locally. That we went through the ordering that we have on the current and the backlog of the, when we'll do certain things, is there anything that would make us want to change and deprioritize or reprioritize anything, or does it seem okay to you at the moment? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and they might think that it's not working or something. Yeah, well, we could certainly add a tooltip to that, or even an expert, saying like, the title is required and so on. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, yeah. I guess it could have instead of the button, it could just have a statement like a blue icon saying public, just a label. Um, yes. Yeah. I mean, I guess I was going for the grayed out, implying that this is the state cannot be changed as a way of. But yes, we could certainly do some tests with people on that. Uh, yeah. Hmm. 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 Well, anyway, we've got a number of changes and things to sort out. Anyway, as I'm slightly suspicious about how well this toggle will work on the older browsers. So I think we'll check that. But yeah, very good points. I'll add those to the story. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just going back to the prioritizing of things. Does the priority order currently seem okay? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Oh, sure. No, it's been a while. I mean, and I didn't go through the icebox there. Yeah. Come. Good. Yeah. Before the break. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So so yeah, Rachel's saying there that she's relatively happy with the priorities that might want to come and look back through the icebox and have a think and so on, which sounds fine. Yeah. Any other business at all? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, great to catch up with these. So obviously, sorry for the problems with the Hangout. I'll try and make a personal call next week and make sure that those are sorted before we start relying on more of these long distance connections. All right. All right. Thanks, guys. All right. Bye for now. Take care. Okay. Yeah. There we go. David and Michael. All good. I know that's probably a bit ridiculous. I mean, a bit. I don't know how much obviously you could hear my side of the conversation, and I was occasionally trying to summarize what they were saying, but hopefully that made some sense.
Yeah, I think we picked up most of what you were summarizing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And
Hello.
hello.
Are you free?
I could be in a minute. Give me 1 minute. Anyway, yeah, I got to run off now. You guys, yeah, I'll. Do you guys have any questions or any issues for me? I'll take that as a no. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I'd very much, as I say, I think this thing, David, the admin and org admin is very high priority, and I'd like to get in there with you and make sure that
I've
have
lost you, Sam.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear me? Oh.
No. Now I can.
Anyway, I would say, I don't know if you guys have anything critical for me. I was just saying, I hope to, get this story. I think that is the highest priority, and want to make sure that you can, if you're going to work on that, David, that I'll give you some help and avoid you getting stuck with any rabbit holes.
That's
Yeah.
great. I find it easy to find the rabbit holes.
Yeah, it's all part of the fun. And yeah, but so anything else we need to cover, or we can break there?
I think we can break. So they both like the bottom choice for
Yeah, the
message.
bottom choice, absolutely.
And what was their feeling on categories? Because they were saying.
Yeah, I think that there was a they're happy for that to go live in principle. I think Rachel's worried about people wanting to edit their categories and not being able to. And Alex was like, oh yeah, but I guess if they're actually that concerned and that's showing engagement in the site and it's good. And I was reassuring them that in principle we've got this feature here for organizing editing categories that shouldn't be too difficult to implement and will come around fairly soon. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we can, it's pretty good in that regard. I'm going to push that one out before next time.
And what did she say on type 1 versus all of them?
I think she was just saying all of them to begin with is fine.
Just all of them. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And boom. Yeah. So you guys feel free to pair if you've got time. I got to run off and do things in Makers, but otherwise I'll catch you on the Monday.
All right. Bye.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.